I'm Kyle Williamson. I'm the author of over 30 fiction books, ranging from Sherlock Holmesian style, which I have multiple books in that section, the first of which is the Gregor Syndrome. There's also a flashback, and every ending has a beginning in that series. This series I'm more proud of than anything that I would think would make a great television series is the New World Unexplored series, which also includes, thus far, the book New Earth. They are a cross between and a combination of, I would say, the show Sliders, Independence Day, V, James Bond, all on steroids. I think they'd make a great television series. They have just about everything you would want in them, from a little bit of science fiction to general fiction to everything. Another series I'm proud of is my Two Lives Collide series, which includes the book, obviously, Two Lives Collide, and The Best of Two Worlds. There is also a book which is entitled Disaster, which has been wrongfully used as a Twister ripoff, which couldn't be further from the truth. Yes, there are tornadoes in the book. However, it involves multiple disasters, including an extinction level event where string theory is proved in fiction and in physics, and there is only time before a disaster will engulf every human on the planet. Can it be stopped? I don't know, you'd have to read the book. Another series I'm interested in letting you know about is Days of Futures Past. It involves both the past and the future, along with, of course, the present. It has another book which I'm working on now, and it does not have a title. Let me start by saying I do not write like most people, or what you hear is the prototypical way of just writing your typical outline, summarizing things, having chapters, things like that. That's not me. I write simply from within. I sit down either with a tablet or several tablets or at a computer and I start typing. I have a general idea of where I'm going and my fingers type. My mind thinks. I don't know exactly where it's going. That's the beauty of my creativity, is I do not always know where the story will end up. The story evolves as it evolves. It's new to me as well as it is to everyone else who is reading it. I tried controlling things as far as setting goals, setting outlines, things like that, and I end up deleting the page, or if I'm writing in a tablet, I'll tear that page out and throw it away and just let the creative process run. I don't go by chapters. There are a few books I have that have 2 and 3 parts, as I call them. I don't do chapters. Chapters is too structured for me. I write like movies and television series, and I just run with it. There's a series called 119 Assignment Manipulation. It's more of a James Bond type thriller series, with many more aspects beyond James Bond. And then that leads into America Once Again Doomed, and there's a third book in that series, which I'll let you figure out, which all have to do with mini missions, but the first one always comes back to bite him. My book, Spiderweb of Deceit, is somewhat similar, but drastically different in parts. It starts out similar, but begins to get very involved very quickly, and just like with most of my books, I've been told that I confuse a lot of people with my writing. However, I bring it together at the end. I do 4 and 5 things at a time. I bring multiple angles at people to keep them not only entertained but confused at the same time, because in confusion there is clarity. That's a unique concept, I know, but I found within confusion of multiple ideas, it keeps the reader, or if you're watching a movie or television series, you know this by watching them, it keeps you intrigued. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, and therefore you will keep watching, or in this case reading, and hopefully one day watching, as I'm looking to sell the movie or television rights to some of my books. There is also one in particular that I am proud of. Well, I'm proud of all my books. But Runaround is a crime thriller which has zero science fiction involved. It is straight fiction. It is going to keep you involved. Obviously, there's my dog. Anyway, no, she's not in the book. Runaround will keep you on the edge of your seat and keep you guessing as to what eventually, or who eventually, the problem is. There's also a book entitled, which I mentioned already, New World Unexplored, that would keep you thoroughly entertained. No matter what you're interested in, it will keep you entertained completely. No matter what type of fiction you like, it will keep you entertained. Now, in my 30 plus books, this is where it gets strange, even to me, is I've done next to zero research. I'd say in all my books, excuse me, I was looking for my glasses, they add glare to the screen, that's why I took them off. In all my 30 plus books, I think I've done probably 15-20 minutes research tops. And that involved basically things about dinosaurs, and dinosaurs are mentioned in my book Two Lives Collide, and there is one other book that dinosaurs are included in, which I won't get into right now. Also, I think I've done research on the time it takes for a shuttle to reach, or not a shuttle, yeah, a space shuttle to reach Mars and back. I want an accurate estimate, and that consists of the research I've done. Everything else comes from my mind. Either things I've done and then I extrapolate on, or just the strange part of the way I write. Like I said, most of it seems to come from my subconscious. I'm on autopilot when I write, for the most part, which I know sounds strange, and is. Trust me, I do the writing. But if I don't even think I know half these things. Like I mentioned in the book entitled Disaster, it talks about string theory being proved in physics. And I know next to nothing about physics, to be honest, the basics. But as far as advanced physics and things like that, I know virtually nothing about. Yet afterwards, after I wrote the book, someone read it who knew something about physics and wanted to write a paper based upon my fictional ideas that he said was accurate. I gave him permission, of course. I have no issues with that. As long as he asked, I was fine with it. And the paper turned out, I was told, impressive. But there are many other things I write about that I didn't realize I knew. In the books entitled, or the Dylan Evans Chronicles, as I call them, my Sherlock Holmes in style, in the Gregor Syndrome, I mentioned several things that I never knew, that I actually knew, and then I found a book called How to Think Like Sherlock Holmes, and I read it, and I found it was very intriguing, and actually a lot like who I am, because I think a lot like that. I think the slogan for a fast food restaurant, you probably know, is think outside the box. I always think outside the box, which throws people for a while, but by the end of my books, everything comes together. you'll get very lost in my books. You will get extremely lost, but you will also get, sorry, I'm just reaching over here petting my dog right now, because it's about time for her to go outside, and so I'm petting her a little bit, and that way she'll want to wait till I'm done with this video, which, trust me, I am. I would like you to check out my books. The websites will be obviously in the summary of this video. Please feel free to check them out. Please happily check them out. Please enjoy what you're writing. And my dog's coming over here to say hello. And she's just a big baby. Anyway, I think I'll end this video now since she's begging me for attention and wanting to go outside. So I'll take her, and I'll end this with, I hope you enjoy my books, all of them, or at least some of them. Also, I want to mention for kids and parents, I did one book as a favor to someone, a woman who liked horses, and she wanted me to think about writing a book on horses for children and adults. So it is entitled The Miracle of Horses. It's a short 20 or 30 page book on what I entitled The Miracle of Horses. And I know very little about horses, yet it happened the same way. And things just come to me that way. It's a gift, I believe, of insight. And I hope you check out all my books. And have a nice day. And I apologize for my dog barking.